Ladies and gentlemen, growing older is a beautiful journey. It is a time when wisdom ripens, priorities shift, and life takes on deeper meaning. But along with age, come new challenges, and one of the most common, yet often overlooked, is sleep. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a necessity, a foundation for a healthy mind and body. Yet after 60, many people find their nights filled with restlessness, frequent waking, and light sleep. But let me tell you, this restful nights are still within reach. Age may change how we sleep, but it doesn't have to take sleep away from us. Let's dive into 4 powerful principles to reclaim those peaceful nights. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. Number 1. Embrace a consistent routine. Embracing a consistent routine may seem like a simple suggestion, but for those over 60, it holds the power to transform sleepless nights into peaceful rest. Our bodies are governed by internal clocks, known as circadian rhythms, which regulate sleep, energy levels, appetite, and even mood. As we age, these rhythms can become more fragile, more sensitive to disruption. That's why a consistent routine is not just helpful, it becomes essential. When we were younger, we could get away with erratic sleep schedules. A late night here, an early morning there. Our bodies bounced back quickly. But with age, the body's resilience changes. We may fall asleep more slowly, wake more often during the night, or find ourselves rising too early. These shifts are normal, but they don't have to be permanent struggles. A regular sleep-wake routine sends a clear message to the brain. It's time to rest now, and it's time to wake now. Over time, this message becomes stronger, more automatic, and more effective. Establishing this kind of routine doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with picking a specific time to go to bed and a specific time to wake up. And sticking to it, every day. Not just on weekdays, not just when you feel like it, but even on weekends or holidays. This repetition teaches your brain what to expect. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. At first, the change might feel awkward. You might not feel sleepy at your chosen bedtime, or you might wake up too early. But if you stay consistent, within a few weeks your body begins to adjust. You may find yourself naturally getting tired around the same time every night, and waking up more refreshed in the morning. What you do before bedtime also matters. A relaxing wind-down routine can prepare both your body and mind for rest. About an hour before your set bedtime, begin a sequence of calming activities. This could include turning off bright lights, lowering the volume of any noise, and avoiding stimulating conversations or intense news. Maybe you read a gentle book, take a warm shower, do some light stretching, or listen to soft instrumental music. These cues act like signals, telling your body that the day is ending and rest is near. Over time, these signals build an association in your brain between the activity and sleep, making it easier to slip into slumber without struggle. It's important to limit screen exposure during this time as well. Phones, tablets, and televisions emit blue light, which can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. Try putting electronics away at least 30 minutes before bed. This one small habit can significantly improve sleep quality over time. Replace screen time with something soothing and tangible. A journal, a puzzle, a calming hobby like knitting or drawing. These analog activities can slow the mind down, which is essential for good rest. Morning routines play a role too. Try to get natural sunlight soon after waking. This helps reset your circadian rhythm each day and improves your alertness and mood. Morning movement, even if it's just walking out to the garden or doing light housework, tells your body it's time to be awake and active. Drinking water, eating a light and healthy breakfast, and avoiding a return to bed are also helpful practices. A steady morning routine reinforces your nightly one. They're not separate. They work together to create stability and balance. Consistency does not mean rigidity. There may be nights when sleep is elusive despite your best efforts. Don't be discouraged. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Think of a consistent routine as an act of self-care, not a chore. It's a quiet, gentle way of showing up for yourself every day. It's telling your body and mind that you value peace, health, and well-being. Over time, this habit becomes a gift you give yourself. One that brings calm to the evenings, clarity to the mornings, and strength to every day in between. A consistent routine isn't just about sleep. It's about anchoring your life in patterns that support your energy, and your focus, and your emotional resilience. For those over 60, it can mean the difference between restless nights and restorative rest. So start small, stay steady, and trust the process. Sleep will come with it, a deeper sense of balance and peace. Number 2, make your environment a sanctuary. Making your environment a sanctuary is one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked steps toward achieving restful sleep, especially after the age of 60. As we grow older, our sensitivity to light, sound, and even slight discomfort tends to increase. This means that the quality of our sleeping space directly affects the quality of our rest. To sleep well, your environment must feel like a place of peace, comfort, and safety. A retreat from the noise and distractions of the outside world. Start by considering the atmosphere of your bedroom. What does it feel like when you walk in? Is it calming? Does it invite rest? The space where you sleep should feel like a soft landing at the end of the day, not a chaotic or cluttered area that adds to your stress. Often, we underestimate how much our surroundings influence our state of mind. A tidy, well-arranged room with soothing colors and minimal distractions can make a world of difference. Remove unnecessary items that create visual clutter. When your eyes take in a peaceful scene, your mind follows. Lighting is another major factor. As the evening approaches, your environment should start to dim. Bright or artificial lights send the brain the wrong message, that it's time to be awake and alert. Soft, warm lighting helps signal that the day is winding down. Use lamps instead of overhead lights, and consider using dimmer switches if you have them. Even better, try adding candles or soft fairy lights to create a calming ambience. When it's finally time to sleep, complete darkness is ideal. If light filters in from outside, blackout curtains can help. For those sensitive to even small amounts of light, an eye mask can be a simple and effective tool. Sound is another crucial element. Many people over 60 become more easily disturbed by noise, whether it's street traffic, a barking dog, or the hum of a household appliance. Your sanctuary should be as quiet as possible. If total silence feels too sharp or lonely, consider gentle white noise or nature sounds like rain, waves, or rustling leaves. These sounds can be soothing and help mask sudden noises that might otherwise wake you up. Earplugs are also an option for those living in especially noisy areas. The goal is to create a soundscape that relaxes the nervous system instead of alerting it. Temperature matters more than many people realize. As we age, our ability to regulate body temperature changes. A room that's too warm or cold can interrupt sleep. Ideally, your bedroom should be slightly cool. Around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, is generally recommended for optimal sleep. Use breathable bedding that helps regulate temperature naturally. Natural fibers like cotton or linen are excellent choices. You may also want to layer your bedding so you can easily adjust during the night. The bed itself must be a source of comfort, not frustration. A supportive mattress and soft, clean sheets can make bedtime something to look forward to. Pillows should suit your preferred sleep position, whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or someone who switches positions throughout the night. Don't underestimate the impact of upgrading your sleep surface. Even small improvements can lead to noticeable changes in how quickly you fall asleep and how well you stay asleep. Equally important is removing distractions. Televisions, phones, and tablets may be convenient, but they do not belong in your sanctuary. These devices bring in noise, light, and mental stimulation that delay sleep and degrade its quality. Try charging your phone outside the bedroom or using a simple alarm clock instead. When your bed becomes a place solely associated with rest, not scrolling or watching, your mind begins to connect it with relaxation and sleep. Your bedroom should reflect calmness and simplicity. Consider adding a few personal touches that bring you peace. Perhaps a favorite painting, a soft rug, or a few photos of loved ones. These gentle reminders of joy and security can create emotional comfort that supports deep rest. Scents can also contribute. Essential oils like lavender, chamomile, or sandalwood, used in a diffuser or pillow spray, can promote a sense of serenity. In creating a sanctuary, you're doing more than setting up a space. You're sending a powerful message to yourself that rest is valuable, that peace is possible, and that your well-being is worth the effort. This shift in mindset, as important as the physical changes. When your environment supports sleep, when it wraps you in comfort, shields you from noise, dims the light, and welcomes you without demand, sleep becomes less of a challenge and more of a natural part of your life. As we age, we deserve softness, peace, and the right to uninterrupted rest. Your bedroom can be the space where your body and mind finally exhale after a long day. Make it your sanctuary, and sleep will follow. Number 3. Be mindful of what you eat and drink. Being mindful of what you eat and drink becomes increasingly important as you grow older, especially when it comes to achieving restful sleep. After the age of 60, the body undergoes subtle but significant changes in digestion, metabolism, and hormone regulation, all of which can directly affect the quality of your sleep. What you consume during the day doesn't just impact your energy levels. It shapes how easily you fall asleep, how deeply you stay asleep, and how refreshed you feel in the morning. Let's begin with the most common culprit, caffeine. While many people enjoy their daily cup of tea or coffee, caffeine is a stimulant that lingers in the body longer than you might think. As we age, our ability to metabolize caffeine slows down. A cup of coffee at noon might still be active in your system by bedtime. Even if you don't feel wide awake, the caffeine can subtly disrupt sleep by reducing the amount of deep sleep you get, making you feel groggy the next day. The solution isn't to eliminate it completely, unless you choose to, but rather to set a cutoff time. For most older adults, avoiding caffeine after 1 or 2 p.m. is a good rule of thumb. Next, let's talk about heavy meals. Eating large portions late in the evening can make it harder for your body to relax into sleep. When the stomach is busy digesting, the body's core temperature stays elevated, and your system remains active instead of winding down. Foods that are high in fat, spicy, or acidic can also trigger heartburn or indigestion, which can wake you up or keep you tossing and turning. If you find yourself hungry before bed, opt for a light snack rather than a full meal. Something small and balanced, like a banana with a spoon of almond butter, or a small bowl of oatmeal, can help without interfering with your rest. Alcohol is another area that requires mindfulness. While a glass of wine or a nightcap might initially make you feel drowsy, alcohol actually disrupts the natural sleep cycle. It can cause you to fall asleep quickly but then wake up several hours later, often feeling restless or dehydrated. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the deepest and most restorative phase of sleep, leaving you feeling unrefreshed even after a full night in bed. Limiting alcohol intake, or avoiding it entirely in the hours before bedtime, can lead to dramatic improvements in sleep quality. On the flip side, there are foods and drinks that can actually support better sleep. Tryptophan-rich foods like turkey, dairy, and seeds help promote the production of serotonin and melatonin, two hormones that play key roles in sleep regulation. Magnesium-rich foods, such as leafy greens, almonds, and whole grains, help the muscles relax and reduce nighttime cramping. Herbal teas, particularly chamomile, valerian root, and lemon balm, can have calming effects on the nervous system. A warm cup of non-caffeinated tea in the evening can serve as both a relaxing ritual and a natural sleep aid. Hydration also plays an important role, but timing matters. Drinking enough water during the day supports overall health, keeps your energy up, and helps your body function smoothly. However, if you drink too much water late in the evening, you may find yourself waking multiple times during the night to use the bathroom. This interrupts your sleep cycle and may make it harder to fall back asleep. A good strategy is to front-load your hydration. Drink more fluids earlier in the day and reduce intake in the 2 hours before bedtime. Being mindful of your eating and drinking habits is not about strict dieting or giving up all your favorite things. It's about becoming more aware of how certain choices affect your rest and adjusting accordingly. It's tuning into your body's signals, noticing what leaves you feeling bloated or jittery, and what supports a smooth transition into sleep. With age, your body communicates in quieter but more meaningful ways. Sleep is one of the clearest reflections of your overall lifestyle. When you choose foods and beverages that work with your body instead of against it, you create the right internal environment for healing, recovery, and true rest. You don't need to make all the changes at once. Start small. Replace one late cup of coffee with a calming herbal tea. Swap one heavy dinner with something lighter and easier to digest. Notice how your sleep responds. These small adjustments, made with care and consistency, can open the door to nights that are more peaceful, and mornings that feel less like survival and more like renewal. Mindfulness in eating and drinking is a form of respect for your body, for your health, and for your future. And when your body feels respected, it returns the favor with rest. Number 4, move during the day, rest at night. Moving the day and resting at night is one of the most natural rhythms of human life. Yet it's a pattern that can quietly break down as we age. After 60, it's common for activity levels to decrease, often because of physical limitations, retirement, or lifestyle changes, while sleep becomes lighter, shorter, or more disrupted. But here's the truth: our bodies were made to move, and when we honor that need during the day, it creates the right balance for deep, healing rest at night. Movement doesn't have to be intense or exhausting to be effective. Even gentle, regular physical activity sends a powerful message to your internal systems. It tells your brain, we're using energy now. And when nighttime comes, it says, it's time to recover. This is how the body creates and respects its own natural sleep-wake cycle. The more consistent your daytime activity, the more reliable and restful your nights can become. For many older adults, the challenge isn't just knowing that movement is important. It's finding the kind of activity that feels safe, enjoyable, and sustainable. The good news is that this doesn't mean going to the gym or running marathons. Simple, low-impact movements like walking, stretching, tai chi, or light gardening can be incredibly effective. A 20 to 30-minute walk in the morning not only gets your muscles moving, but also exposes you to natural sunlight, which helps regulate your internal clock and boosts your mood. This exposure to daylight early in the day reinforces your body's sense of timing, making it easier to fall asleep later on. Movement also improves circulation, eases joint stiffness, and helps reduce the anxiety and stress that often interfere with sleep. Physical activity promotes the release of endorphins, chemicals in the brain that act as natural mood lifters. When you move during the day, you feel better emotionally, and this emotional balance carries into the night, reducing restlessness and nighttime worry. Regular movement also helps regulate blood sugar levels, reduce blood pressure, and improve heart health, all of which support deeper, more restorative sleep. It's important to find your own rhythm. Some people prefer to move in the morning, while others find afternoon activity better suited to their energy levels. The key is to avoid exercising too close to bedtime. While movement is beneficial, a stimulating activity late in the evening can elevate your heart rate and make it harder to wind down. Try to finish any moderate activity at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to sleep, so your body has time to shift into relaxation mode. One of the simplest ways to build movement into your day is to break it into short, manageable sessions. For example, you could take a 10-minute walk after each meal, do light stretching in the afternoon, and spend some time in the evening standing or moving gently instead of sitting for hours. These small bursts of motion add up and help keep your body engaged without overwhelming you. In addition to physical movement, engage in activities that require light mental effort and physical presence, like cleaning, organizing, or crafting. These keep the body active in subtle ways and prevent long periods of inactivity. Sitting for extended hours, especially in front of a television or computer screen, it can make the body sluggish and confuse the brain about whether it should be active or resting. It's also worth noting that movement improves the quality of sleep, not just the quantity. Studies have shown that people who engage in regular physical activity spend more time in the deep stages of sleep, the phases that restore the body and mind most profoundly. This kind of sleep is especially important as we age because it helps support memory, immune function, and muscle repair. When you move during the day, you're doing more than keeping your body fit. You're laying the groundwork for a good night's sleep. You're creating a natural sense of tiredness that makes falling asleep easier and staying asleep more likely. Your body begins to trust that there's a rhythm, a pattern, and a reliable cycle it can follow. In a world that often encourages stillness and screens, choosing movement is a quiet form of self-care. It's a way of respecting your body's design and honoring your need for rest. And when you allow yourself to be active in the sunlight, to breathe fresh air, to stretch and strengthen, sleep becomes not a struggle but a natural response, the peaceful reward at the end of a day well lived. So aging is not a barrier to deep, healing sleep. It's a reminder that we must care for ourselves more intentionally. With the right habits, the right mindset, and a little self-compassion, restful nights are not a thing of the past. They are a gift you can still claim. You've earned peace. You've earned rest. And every night can be a step toward both.